let's be honest. When most people hear the phrase learn to code, it feels like some kind of slogan being thrown at them. It is everywhere. Twitter posts say it. Tech influencers repeat it. Schools encourage it. But the question a lot of people secretly ask is, okay, but what can I actually do with coding skills? What difference does it really make in my life? So let's sit down and really unpack this. Not with motivational posters, not with people flexing six-figure salaries, but with real stories, ideas, and possibilities. Because coding is not just about typing random words into a glowing screen. It is about giving yourself a superpower. And once you have that power, you can apply it in so many different areas of your life. Jobs and careers. The most obvious starting point is careers. Let's not skip that. Learning to code can quite literally get you a job that changes your financial situation forever. There are jobs in web development, building websites people visit every single day. There are jobs in mobile app development, making those little icons on your phone that you can't live without. There are jobs in back-end development, the invisible systems that run everything from banks to social media platforms. There are jobs in cybersecurity, protecting people from hackers. And let's not forget data science and artificial intelligence, which are the hottest fields right now. But the cool part is that coding doesn't lock you into one career. It's not like being a doctor where once you're in, you're in. If you get bored of building websites, you can transition to game development. If you lose interest in apps, you can pivot to machine learning. The skill is flexible. It's like learning how to cook. Once you know the basics, you can cook 1,000 different recipes. And let me give you a little reality check here. Coding doesn't always mean sitting in Silicon Valley with a hoodie, working for Google. You can code for hospitals, governments, airlines, music companies, charities. Every organization uses software, which means every organization needs programmers. If you can code, you can find a place almost anywhere in the world. Freelancing and side hustles. But maybe you're not a corporate kind of person. Maybe you don't dream of working 9 to 5 for a big tech company. That's fine, because coding opens up freelancing and side hustles. Picture this. A small business owner needs a website. They don't want to pay a giant company thousands of dollars. They just want someone reliable who can put something together. That could be you. And with freelancing platforms, you can find these opportunities from your bedroom. Freelancing with coding is like having a secret key. Everyone has problems. Everyone needs digital solutions. But not everyone knows how to create them. If you know even the basics, you can provide value and get paid for it. And let's talk about building your own stuff. Maybe you don't want to do client work. That's okay too. Coding lets you create your own apps, websites, or software products. You can make something that earns passive income. People have literally built simple apps, uploaded them to app stores, and earned money while they sleep. Imagine waking up and realizing your app just made you $20 overnight. That may not sound like much, but multiply that by 30 days and suddenly you're paying bills from something you coded once. Automation. Here is one of my favorite parts. Coding gives you the ability to automate things. You know those boring, repetitive tasks that drive you insane? Like copying numbers from one spreadsheet to another, or sending the same email over and over again. Normally, you would waste hours of your life doing those. But with coding, you can just tell your computer to do it for you. I like to think of it as having a little digital servant. You set the rules, and the computer follows them endlessly without getting tired, without complaining, without asking for a coffee break. For example, you could make a script that reminds you to drink water every 2 hours. Or you could write a little program that tracks the price of something you want to buy and alerts you when it goes on sale. Or imagine you have hundreds of photos you want renamed. Instead of doing it one by one, your program can do it in seconds. And this is where life gets fun. Because suddenly, you start looking at everyday problems differently. You stop saying, ugh, I hate doing this repetitive thing. And you start saying, wait, I could just automate this. That's a mental shift. You become the kind of person who solves problems instead of tolerating them. Creativity and fun. Coding isn't only about serious jobs and money. It can also be a creative playground. Think about games. Every game you've ever played, whether it's on your phone or a giant gaming console, exists because someone coded it. That's wild when you stop and think about it. Entire worlds, adventures, and stories all powered by code. Or music. Did you know there are programmers who write music with code? They literally program beats and melodies, and the computer plays it like an instrument. That's art meeting logic. Then there's generative art. This is where artists write algorithms that create patterns, colors, and visuals that look like paintings. Some of them are so beautiful you wouldn't even believe a computer made them. And here's something people don't talk about enough. Coding can just be funny. Some people build silly projects like bots that tweet random jokes, or programs that create memes automatically, or apps that do nothing except play a silly sound when you press a button. Not everything has to be serious or profitable. Sometimes it's just fun to see your random idea actually work. Problem solving and mindset. This is one of the most underrated benefits of coding. Learning to code rewires your brain. You stop being intimidated by big problems. Instead of panicking, you naturally start breaking them down into smaller steps. That's the essence of coding. You take something complex, you divide it into smaller pieces, and then you solve each piece one at a time. And once that mindset becomes part of you, it doesn't just stay in coding. It flows into your everyday life. Whether you're trying to organize your finances, plan a trip, or fix something in your house, you automatically start thinking, what's step 1? What's step 2? How do I debug this? It's almost like coding secretly gives you problem-solving superpowers. And that's valuable no matter what field you're in. Global connection. Another overlooked part of coding is the community. When you learn to code, you are not alone. There are millions of people out there who are coding too. Online forums, open source projects, communities, and meetups bring coders together. You can literally be in your bedroom in any part of the world and still be collaborating with strangers across the globe to build something millions of people will use. That's wild. Financial freedom. Now let's get real. A lot of people want to learn coding because they've heard it can lead to financial freedom. And it can. Good programmers are in demand. If you become skilled, you can land high-paying jobs. If you are entrepreneurial, you can build your own apps, products, or even companies. If you are consistent, you can freelance your way into a very comfortable life. Coding is not a lottery ticket. It doesn't make you rich overnight, but it's one of the strongest tools you can use to create opportunities for yourself. It's a skill that keeps paying you back year after year. Long-term future. Here's the bigger picture. The world is becoming more digital every single day. Artificial intelligence, blockchain, robotics, the metaverse, you name it. All of it is powered by code. If you learn coding now, you are basically buying a ticket to the future. You are preparing yourself to stay relevant in a world where digital skills are everything. The gap between people who understand technology and people who don't is only going to get wider. Coding keeps you on the right side of that divide. So what can you do with coding skills? The real answer is almost anything you want. You can get a job. You can freelance. You can build your own business. You can automate your life. You can create art, games, and music. You can connect with people worldwide. You can change how your brain solves problems. And yes, you can chase financial freedom. Coding is not just typing on a keyboard. It's the ability to bring your ideas to life. It's the ability to solve problems in creative ways. It's the confidence to say, whatever the future brings, I can figure it out. That is what coding skills give you. And honestly, that's priceless.